Have you noticed how the sound quality of the monologues has gotten worse lately? I mean, even like the bigger dudes out there, that's just something off with the sound. I want to address that situation. But it's kind of tricky doing it on my bike. The clutch doesn't work properly. It doesn't disengage the gears. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I need to take this someplace else. This is not working. Well, that was a fail. I'm referring to the trying to vlog this thing on a motorcycle. The problem is I did a bad job of fixing the freaking clutch, or replacing the clutch. It's just not engaging. Well, it's fixed by now, but since I'm gonna be stuck behind this wheel anyway, so I might as well do it in the car. Okay, back to the topic at hand, which is a good audio quality, or at least decent audio quality for your videos. The first, the foremost, and the most important thing is levels. If you have different audio bits and pieces in your video, which usually are either your voice, the sound of the bike, maybe some music, the intro, and maybe some other people talking in your video, you want to have all of these different parts sounding relatively at the same level. So you don't have like loud blaring intro and then your own quiet voice comes in, which you can barely hear. And then I tune the audio on my computer while listening with my headphones according to that, and then some music comes in which is again so obnoxiously loud that I lose my hearing. So get different parts of your audio to sound equal at the same level. The second, if you have music on the background, then try to find a level where it's loud enough but it doesn't make it different understand what you're saying. Dude, what? No, wait. Crossfades. Crossfades is the second most important thing you have to keep in mind when working with audio. Because if you don't use crossfades in between your audio takes, you're gonna get those nasty clicks that are ugly as hell. You know, the simplest thing you can do is find that freaking shortcut. Every program has a shortcut for those crossfades, and just get into habit of using them. Simple as that. Just, you know, do it. I mean, it should be straightforward enough. Damn, I have to mind the freaking speed cameras. I'm so used to riding a motorcycle and not caring about those, so... Well, maybe not so much in the winter, but still. Third thing I think you should try out is every video editing software has some compression effect that you can use on your audio. What compression does is that it equalizes the volumes. So it makes all the silent parts sound a little bit louder and all the obnoxiously loud parts sound a little bit quieter. I think if you just play around with the presets on these, you can get quite a good quality out of it. It's the best if you use it on just on the voice track, and then on the end on the master track, or where you have all the sounds mixed together again, use on that as well. Now I think it's the fourth thing now. Well, see, I usually like to use an equalizer as well, because you usually have this low frequency rumble that you don't need, which the cameras usually and the microphones usually pick up, but which is just annoying, especially if you have a subwoofer that you're using to listen to all the sounds. It's usually good to just cut away that. And also if it's like this sibilance is like a big bad essence everywhere, and it's also good to cut off some of that high end as well, and maybe use a de-esser, which usually works wonders as well. So all in all, if you listen it loudly, that nothing is too annoying. What were some other parts that I wanted to talk about? Oh, the fifth thing now? Or the sixth thing? Anyway, the next thing is breathing. Since you have to put the mic quite close to your mouth because it's going to be in the helmet and you want it to be somewhere where it's going to pick up the sound well enough, that means it's going to pick up a lot of breathing. And usually GoPro has some kind of compression by itself as well, where it makes louder all the quieter parts as well. So you get this really loud, annoying breathing. And especially if it's really, really close to your nostrils. And it's gets quite annoying, again, especially if you're listening with the headphones. Let's do something here about this freaking line. I know there's no place you want to hurry to, but damn, I just want to use the cruise control, and I can't use the cruise control with our cars in front of me. Another jackass. So just play around with the mic placement within the helmet. What I did in the beginning was I placed the microphone, went out for a little ride, spoke out the mic placement where the mic is. So afterwards, if you listen back on the recording, then you know that the next part will be the mic close to your mouth. The next part is gonna be the mic next to your eyes, for instance. So at least afterwards you know which was the best placement for the mic. Probably the worst thing that you can do is not have the vocal track in the center. Don't pan anything. There's really no need to pan anything on your audio if you don't really do, unless you do really some like specific stuff with the sound effects or whatever. I know that if you record into the GoPro, then it usually puts the mono sound of the mic like only on the left channel. So if you import it and if you listen it back, it's only going to be on the left. This will be now the 6th or the 7th, either one. The next thing is try to listen back on the sound of the video on as many different sound sources that you can. Like for instance with the headphones, maybe with your laptop speakers, and then maybe with some multimedia speakers as well. So you have a good reference how it's going to sound on different things, because people are going to be listening to these on different sound things. Thank you. You're not finished. Your number is Estonian. Don't lie. I am gonna thank you nevertheless. Well, I think it will be. That will be.